crazy. But make sure y'all follow my Twitch, man. Subscribe to my second channel. Everything you know about your boy Jay. It's in the description down below. Now, we got 3 disturbing true horror stories, man. And like I said, y'all, I used to be very, very active, bro. You know what I'm saying? I used to be very active, bro, when it came to scare reactions, bro. And I feel like I got to bring that junk back. You know what I mean? I never want to forget my roots, ever want to forget my dang roots, man. You know what I mean? I told y'all, man, I said it before and I'm going to say it again, bro. The same Jay that you see now. You know what I mean? One thing I'm going to do, you feel me, is I feel like change is better, but it's not like changing my whole content. You know what I mean? Like when I get rich and famous, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to happen. You know what I mean? I just can't forget about the one who made me rich and famous. So when I do get there, you know, I'll be traveling the world and stuff and whatnot. But I'm always come back to reactions, bro. Because it's something that I love to do. You know what I mean? Reactions is something I love to do. I'm not finna change away the whole content. I told y'all, bro. If you want to be a freaking YouTuber, you know what I mean? If you don't want to fall off, keep doing the same stuff. You can change a little bit, bro. But don't just change the whole content. You know what I mean? People be forgetting where the freak they came from, bro. Like I said, y'all, it broke my heart, man, seeing Fredo, man. Pretty boy Fredo, bro, y'all. I'm never going to get over that, bro. You know what I mean? Because I thought Fredo was just going to be, like, at the top forever, man. And just to see, like, how Fredo is. I'm like, man, Fredo 2-time. I'm like, man, I grew up watching Fredo, man. You know what I'm saying? That was my boy, you know what I mean? So it's just to see how my boy just, I don't even watch him no more. You know what I'm saying? To see how my boy just, you know, content don't hit. I'm like, dang, why did you lead a community? I don't get it, man. But anyways, man, 3 disturbing true horror stories for all my new subscribers and new viewers. If you want to go check out all of my scare reactions, it is in the playlist section, man. Over yonder. Oh, man, you know I forgot to do thumbnail time. Okay.
I'm sharing this experience to encourage others to be more careful when being somewhere alone at night, especially at rest areas.
You say you feel like they be, you say you feel like they be making them stories, bro. You know what this world is? You're never going to run out of scary stories, bro. Trust me, bro. You're never going to run out of scary stories being in this world, bro. Trust me. You know what the freak, bro? There's billions and billions of people in this freaking world, bro. It's crazy stuff that happen every single day, bro. For real, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, people escaped all type of, bro, it's crazy things that happen to people every day, bro. Trust me, bro.
This incident occurred not too long ago. This happened in North Carolina while I was traveling with my dad, who's a truck driver.
I don't know. I just feel like I don't feel like you can make, like, you gonna see people just making up stories. Like, it just sounds too real. You know what I'm saying? Like, just making up a story. You know how long it takes to make up a story? It just sound too real, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could tell a story off the top of my dome, bro. You know what I'm saying? And just give it to you just how it is. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't. I don't know, bro. It's just, I don't know. I don't think it's made up in my opinion.
I joined him for a few days on the road to gain some experience because I'm interested in getting my CDL in a few years. We're from Georgia, so the drive to North Carolina wasn't long, and we arrived basically the same day. The delivery was scheduled for early the next morning. Around 12 or 1 a.m., we stopped at a rest area for the night. The parking lot was full of trucks, but the restrooms were completely empty, likely because most drivers were asleep in preparation for early deliveries. As soon as we parked, my dad went straight to sleep. I'm usually a night owl, so I stayed awake. Around 2 a.m., I decided to use the restroom. I also brought my razor with me so I could line up my mustache, assuming no one would be inside at that hour, and that I'd feel free and comfortable taking my time, since I usually only do that at home. When you enter the restroom, there's 2 sections, one on the left and one on the right. I went to the left side and noticed a man standing near the urinal. He was very tall, at least around 6'4". I didn't think much of it and went into a stall to use the bathroom. Afterward, I washed my hands and noticed that he was still standing there. Just as I was about to leave, he unzipped his pants and began using the urinal. I felt uncomfortable, but I didn't think much of it at the time still. To make it seem like I had left, I went to the right side of the restroom instead. I stood in front of the mirror to line up my mustache. However, around 10 seconds later, the same man entered that side of the restroom. This immediately raised concern. He had already been on the other side, so there was no clear reason for him to follow me. He He started walking toward me, and as soon as I took out my razor, he suddenly stopped directly behind me. He looked shocked, almost as if something hadn't gone the way he expected. At that point, I felt genuinely uneasy. I continued lining up my mustache as quickly as possible without messing it up, trying to remain calm. Through the mirror, I noticed him walk to a urinal and pretend to unzip his pants. When I looked back at him, he was staring directly at me, pretending to use the urinal. He nodded at me, and I nodded back, not because I felt comfortable, but because I didn't want him to think I was aware that he was up to something.
Bro, what you mean, bro? Bro, my man, I'm not with all that you thinking. I don't care what you think, first of all, bro. I'm gonna let you know, like, I know you aware. I'm fully aware what's going on, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that, bro. I'm letting you know, bro. I'm aware. I'm like, what's up, bro? Hey, forget trimming your mustache, bro. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You care about the dang mustache, bro? For real, bro. Care about what you think. I don't care about. I'm gonna look directly at you, knowing like, what's the deal, bro? If I'm tripping though, bro. You know what I mean? But one thing about me, I don't just, like I said, bro, it's a gut feeling, bro. Once that gut feeling come across my gut, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna act off that gut feeling, bro. If I'm tripping, bro. That's on me, bro. You know what I mean? But most of the time, I don't be tripping. I can't remember the time, bro. Like, I rarely, but my gut feeling, bro, like when I'm telling you, bro, when that gut feeling, bro, when it comes to people, bro, I be right, bro, when it comes to people, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You know what I mean? I just be feeling some type of way. I don't know, bro. It's like, it's weird, cause I don't even have to have a relationship with you, bro. I don't even have to, you know what I mean, like talk to you for real, bro. It's just something about people vibe, bro. Like, I don't know, cuz like you ain't gotta say nothing, cuz. And it's like I already know what type of person you is, bro. Am I the only one like that, bro? No, it's like I ain't gotta talk to you, bro. I just look at you, bro, and it's just something about your, I don't know, something about your spirit. I can't explain it, bro. And it be exactly what I'm like. Why do I feel this way about this person, bro? You know what I'm saying? I don't feel this way about nobody else, bro. You know what I'm saying? But this mother, I just feel some way about you, bro. I don't know what it is, bro.
A few seconds later,
what's about you that's rubbing me wrong, gang? You feel what is it? It's something, bro.
He entered an empty stall. When I glanced back, he was standing completely still in the corner of the stall, staring directly at me with wide eyes. I pretended not to notice. About 20 seconds later, he returned to the urinal and again pretended to unzip his pants.
Bro, can you leave?
At me before turning away. Once I finished lining up my mustache, I left immediately.
Like, bro, keep talking about lining up mustaches, bro. Walk out the freaking door, bro. You're starting to piss me off.
As I passed him, I kept the razor in my hand in case I needed to use it to defend myself, considering I had to walk past him to get out. While I'm not short or weak, he was much taller and appeared to be at least 20 years older than me. Considering I'm 5'9" and he looks like he was in his late 30s or 40s.
You 5'9"?
I knew he could easily overpower me. I exited the restroom and noticed security cameras near the entrance, which gave me some relief.
Short kings need love too.
Follow me, thank God. I was flooded with relief. I turned to the truck where my dad was still asleep, along with all the other drivers in the lot. I told a friend what happened, and about 20 minutes later, he replied. He suggested I go back to the restroom on FaceTime with him, which I did for some reason. However,
Bruh went back into the bathroom on FaceTime. You know what I mean? Like, just say you want to die, bro. If you want to die, then die. You know what I mean? Hey, at the end of the day, it's your life. You die tomorrow, bro. I'm gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P., but I ain't gonna shed no tears. You know what I'm saying? You want to die, die then, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro showed you that he crazy. He showed you off the dopey dog. He showed you he a loose screw. You know what I'm saying? How many warnings do you need, bro? You feel me? Cuz just said, forget all the warnings. I'm finna go back to the bathroom and show you this man on FaceTime. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, do your thing, bro. You get hurt, I don't feel sorry for you, bro. Could have just walked over to the truck, gone about your little merry little way. But what you chose to do, you chose to go back in the bathroom where the weird mother effer had. So, if you die, bro, you die, bro. You ain't tripping about it.
The man was gone. I explained everything in detail and showed my friend where the guy had stood and been before. Then I left the restroom about 5 minutes later and ended the call since he had to go. As I stepped outside again, I noticed a separate parking lot behind the rest area for passenger vehicles. One red car had its headlights on and was the only car illuminated. When I turned to look at it, the headlights immediately shut off. I couldn't see who was inside due to the darkness and distance. I don't know if the driver just got there and was parking, leaving, or possibly even the same man from earlier, but the timing unsettled me. I went back to the truck where my dad was still asleep. Nothing else happened that night. I returned to my normal life. However, I never told my dad about the incident because he's very strict and had only recently started letting me go outside alone. I was 17 at the time, and I knew telling him would likely result in him not letting me go outside alone again until I turned 18, which then I would be independent and can go wherever.
Cuz you couldn't go outside alone at 8, bro. What? Your dad didn't let you go outside alone at 17? Bro can't go outside at 17 years old. I could not skip over that, bro. I ain't gonna lie, for surely. Take it easy for you end up like Beezy. I couldn't skip over that, bro. You say you can't go outside alone at 17? What type of father you got, boy? You know what I'm saying? That junk miserable. What the freak? Wish I would hold my kids hostage, bro. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, they gonna have to experience life, bro. I'm a high praying man, bro. I just trust God that nothing gonna happen to him. You know what I mean? But you gotta understand, if you like overly strict with your kids, bro, you let your kids not do nothing, they gonna want to do it even more. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro can't even go outside. He dang near grown. You know what I mean? Bro can't even go outside by himself. He say he can't go. Did I hear this right, bro? You say you can't go outside by yourself at 17, bro? Cause I was going outside by myself, bro, at the age of freaking like, bro, 12, bro. You know what I mean? 12 or 13, bro. 11, bro. What is you be talking about, bro? I used to go in all other neighborhoods, all type of stuff, cuz. You know what I'm saying, bro? I used to be all over the neighborhood, bro. I used to be in different neighborhoods riding bicycle. Bro, what are you talking about here? You know what I'm saying? I've been going out, bro. What the frick is wrong with this?
Because he's very strict and had only recently started letting me go outside alone. I was 17 at the time, and I knew telling him would likely result in him not letting me go outside alone again until I turned 18, which then I would be independent and can go wherever. The only person I told about this was my friend. Afterward, I tried to rationalize what happened. The man didn't appear homeless or on drugs, but the way he was acting was far from normal. He had clean clothes and a well-kept beard, so I doubt he was homeless or a crackhead. Still, what continues to bother me is what he was planning and why he acted the way he did, and what will creep me out forever about that night is what would have happened if I hadn't had my razor with me. Since that incident, I've become much more careful about my surroundings, even during the day, and I avoid going out alone late at night.
Bro said he avoid, you gonna have to go out alone late at night. Just know how to move, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's when I be outside. You know what I'm saying? That's when I be outside, bro, late night. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I ain't gonna say be outside, but sometimes, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like going outside like 9. I like going outside when people not in the crib. When people in the crib. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta know how to move, bro. You just don't know how to move. It's not that hard, bro. Just know how to move, bro. That's it. No, you just can't be walking loose, bro. Said, I avoid going outside at dark. You know, dang, your dad traumatized you, bro? You know what I'm saying? What, you gonna be a grown man still asking for people to come outside with you? Can you please go up to the store with me right quick? I'm kind of scared. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of scared. Just come up to the store. So what, you just gonna not go outside by yourself at dark time anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like, just know how to move, bro. It's not that hard, bro. I'm telling you, bro, most of the people that die, most of the people that get killed, bro, look at the type of places. I mean, you got people that like get killed in every area, but I'm saying most of the people that get killed, you know what I mean? Most of the things that be happening to people, bro, they be in bad areas, bro. I'm telling you, bro. They be in not so good areas. You feel me? I'm just saying, bro, I'm being real. Bad things happen to people, you know what I'm saying, all around, you know what I mean? But I'm telling you, bro, a lot of these folks don't know how to move, bro. I'm telling you, bro, they be unaware of this. It's not even bad areas, bro. It's basically these motherfuckers don't be aware of their surroundings, bro. You feel me? They don't be aware of their surroundings.
I'm a woman in my early 20s, and I've lived in New York City my whole life, so navigating the MTA at any time of day or night is second nature to me. For context, my one-way commute from the city to home is about 2 hours each way, involving 2 trains, a 30-minute bus ride, and a dimly lit 5-block walk home.
Dang. Dang, bro.
Context.
2 trains, 1 bus ride, then a 5-block. God.
Commute from the city to home is about 2 hours each way, involving 2 trains, a 30-minute bus ride, and then a dimly lit 5-block walk home.
Heck no.
After doing it for so many years, I usually don't think twice about it. But there are 2 nights I still replay in my head all the time. The first instance happened on the train. I had just stepped on right before the doors closed, so I stayed standing near them. I had headphones in, but I could faintly hear a homeless man saying something at me. At first, I ignored it, assuming he was talking to himself, but he kept staring directly at me. So I took out one earbud and asked what he said. That's when I clearly heard him angrily insult me and call me a bitch. My heart instantly started pounding. I still remember how hot my ears and face felt. It was like all the blood rushed straight to my skin.
Shawty said her heart started pounding. Dang, bro. Over her saying that, you said my heart instantly started pounding.
Insult me and call me a bitch. My heart instantly started pounding. I still remember how hot my ears and face felt.
That scared?
Like all the blood rushed straight to my skin. I started trying to make eye contact with other passengers, silently hoping someone else would acknowledge what was happening, but nobody would hold my gaze for more than a second. Everyone just looked away. At the next stop, even though it wasn't my stop, I got off and quickly moved into the next car over, desperately hoping the man wouldn't come out and notice where I went. The unsettling part is that this honestly isn't even unusual while commuting in New York. Most of the time, you just keep your head down and try not to engage with whoever the aggressor is. Still, I kept glancing through the train windows, waiting to see if he followed me. 2 stops later, I finally saw him step off the train. I didn't even realize I'd been holding my breath until the doors closed behind him. The second instance happened when I was in grad school. I had night classes that ended around 8:30 p.m., so by the time I caught the bus home, it would usually be well after 10. Late night bus rides always feel different, quieter, and more unpredictable. Usually the drivers only stop if someone pulls the string or requests it. That night, I was listening to horror stories during my commute, and the specific story I was listening to was about a woman being followed. So when I got off the bus, I remember lowering the volume and becoming extra aware of my surroundings. The final part of my commute requires me to walk past a couple of stores before turning down a dark residential dead-end street with terrible lighting. One of the stores I pass is a Popeyes. I remember debating whether or not I wanted mac and cheese, but I had already passed the store and was almost at the end of the block before deciding to turn around and go back.
Oh, man, I remember that chicken sandwich, man. When they first came out with that chicken sandwich, oh my God. You know what I mean? I haven't ate Popeyes in so long. You know what I'm saying? In so long, bro. But bro, I remember when that chicken sandwich came out, bro, it was like freaking, like they put freaking crack in that chicken sandwich, bro. Popeyes was just overly loaded. I'm like, dang. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna lie, that chicken sandwich was lit though. I'm gonna keep it real with you. It don't taste the same now. You know what I'm saying? But bro, when you first got that chicken sandwich, bro, that junk was freaking lit, bro. I tried it you know what I mean, a few years ahead. It don't taste the same no more, man. But I'll be lying to y'all saying that Popeye sandwich wasn't hidden first of all, but
That's
I remember the first time I went to Popeyes, it was with my boy Jason and JT. You know what I'm saying? We like, bro, let's go try that chicken sandwich. We were just so hyped about trying that chicken sandwich, bro. You know what I'm saying? The junk did not disappoint for sure. I mean, like I say, y'all don't eat fast food for real. Like, especially me being a boxer, bro. I had to cut out all that junk, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like the same thing for Chick-fil-A, bro. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Chick-fil-A good and all, bro, but I don't see the hype about Chick-fil-A, bro. I just really don't. I don't see the hype about Chick-fil-A, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I just never understood the hype about Chick-fil-A, bro.
Noticed the man from the bus. Up until that moment, I hadn't paid attention to him at all. But the second I changed direction, he literally stopped walking, like he froze. Then he just stared at me wide-eyed. It immediately made me uneasy, but I tried to brush it off and went into Popeyes anyway. They barely had anything left because it was so late. So after a minute, I left and continued heading home. It wasn't until I was halfway down the block that I noticed him again. He was standing right at the entrance of the dark street I had to turn down. He was just standing there, waiting. At that point, my pace slowed immediately, and I called my brother. He's usually never home, so the fact that he answered honestly felt like a miracle. I think he could hear something was wrong from my voice alone, because the second I told him I was by Popeyes, he immediately said he was coming to meet me. Knowing my brother was on the way, I finally turned down the dark street and passed the man, and then I heard footsteps behind me. The man had started walking too. He stayed behind me, matching my pace, and then he quietly told me that he loved me before mumbling other things that I couldn't understand. At that point, I decided it was safer to stay somewhere with light, so I walked back to the store area and waited outside a liquor store nearby. Since I live in the neighborhood, I recognized a lot of the men who usually hung around there, and I remember scanning the area hoping to spot a familiar face. But that night, I didn't recognize anyone. That's when the man approached me. He repeatedly asked if I needed help and insisted that he could help me while slowly moving closer. I said no loudly more than once, and honestly, if he genuinely thought I was lost and wanted to help, that would be one thing, but I was clearly saying no over and over, and he just kept advancing toward me anyway. Then I noticed he was wearing latex gloves. This was post-COVID, so my immediate thought was that if he was that cautious, why wasn't he wearing a face mask too? And it wasn't even cold outside, so the gloves looked completely out of place. Then he started repeatedly telling me that I needed to go home, almost like he was trying to pressure me into walking past him again. A few seconds later, he walked into the liquor store, and the second I saw him move further inside, I turned the corner where my brother was finally walking toward me. The entire situation probably lasted 5 minutes at most, but it felt so much longer than that. That's the strange thing about moments like these. They happen fast afterward when you replay them in your head, but while you're living through them, time barely moves. The story I'm about to tell is truly one of the most terrifying things that has ever happened to me, and is a prime example of how a great night can quickly turn into a real-life nightmare. These events took place a couple of years ago when I was 19. Now I'm almost 26. However, I clearly remember all the details, and honestly, I still can't really explain what happened. For some context, I'm from a relatively large city in Southern Europe. My neighborhood consists of small houses and some residential.
Like I said, y'all, man, you know what I'm saying? Your boy Jay cannot wait until I travel the world. You know, so many beautiful places, man. So many beautiful places. But before I travel, like, any area, bro, like I said, I got to get a license for my gun, bro. I got to be a licensed gun holder. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm flying with my gun. You know what I'm saying? Multiple guns. I'm not going nowhere without my gun, bro. I got to make sure I get a license for my gun. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. That's what it has to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I just feel so naked without my gun, bro. You feel me? I need it, bro. You feel me? I need my gun, bro. I can fight, bro, but these dudes ain't fighting no more. You know what I'm saying? Dudes ain't fighting. You gotta get on the same type of time, and it's either you get with it or get left. You know what I'm saying? Get with it or get left on the street. Yeah, I'm a boxer, bro. Yeah, I know how to fight. Yeah, I could beat up 98% of these dudes walking across. But these dudes ain't fighting no more. You know what I mean? Dudes trying to stab. These dudes trying to shoot. These dudes trying to do whatever. These dudes using weapons now, bro. You know what I mean? It has evolved. You feel me? But nah, though, bro. I definitely want to just travel the world, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know they got some beautiful women in Europe, bro. You know, I got some beautiful women, bro, in them other countries. But like I said, I got to travel to the United States before I even think about going outside the country. You know what I'm saying? 50 freaking states in the United States of America. 50. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't been to half of them yet. And I'm talking about going outside the dang world? Come on, bro. That don't even make sense, bro. Yeah, I want to go outside the country. Mother, I ain't even seen the country I'm in yet. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about I want to go to outside the country. That don't make sense to me, bro.
Buildings.
Like Speed, bro. The man Speed, bro. Like Cud dang near travel the whole world. You know what I'm saying? Cud dang near travel the whole world. Bro traveled all 50 states. Bro seen the whole 50 states. I think bro did a live stream on it. Like Cuz seen the whole 50 states. So bro can go out the country. Bro seen everything in the United States. I ain't gonna say everything, but dang near, bro. Shoot.
Of the ordinary. No sketchy places.
Bro seen everything.
To be fair, it's quite boring from time to time. Plus, I know personally all of my neighbors, so I've always felt safe living there. Back in those days, my life pretty much consisted of going to my lectures at university, then going back home to study for my exams, getting some sleep, and doing the same thing for entire weeks. I didn't have much free time at all. One Friday, though, my parents decided to visit some relatives from a different city. They were gonna arrive there in the afternoon, stay on Saturday, and come back sometime on Sunday. This meant one thing. I had the house for myself during the weekend. What could be better for a young guy like me at the time? I enjoyed being alone at home ever since I was a kid. This was also a perfect opportunity to invite my friends over since, as I said, I didn't get to see them that often because of studying. So I called them and they agreed to hang out on Saturday. We were gonna order food, play video games, and just catch up with each other. There was just another thing I had to do before the weekend. I had completely forgotten that on Friday evening, the annual geography quiz was gonna take place at my university.
How long I've been live streaming chat?
Since I already promised my peers. Plus, I had nothing else to do that evening. I thought it might be fun, and not to brag about it, but I've always been good at such quizzes. The evening went smoothly. My university friends and I formed a team of 6 people. There were a total of 10 different teams which were going to take part in the competition. The students' hall we were in was packed to the brim. I didn't expect so many people to show up, actually. We were enjoying the night. Free food and beverages were being served for everyone. The atmosphere was great in general, and just like that, we were at the last question of the quiz, and soon after, it was time for the results to be announced. To my surprise, our group finished second out of 10 teams. We got a small...
And that's one, look, and I'm just saying, y'all, and that's one thing I realized, bro, about whatever, like children, teenagers, whatever, because y'all, like I said, I'm just speaking. For me, bro, I am freaking teaching in Ignite, bro. So basically, if y'all don't know what Ignite is, bro, yeah, I'm teaching when it comes to children. You know what I'm saying? But basically, not children, but, you know, high schoolers and middle schoolers. And basically, bro, I'm in this freaking, what's the name, bro? Because like I said, I'm new when it comes to that area, but I'm not new around the church, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be in children's church, bro. I used to be in Ignite, bro. You know what I'm saying? Over there. Now I'm in over here. Bro, y'all, when I mean that junk is boring, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had to text the freaking what's the name? Because like I said, one thing about me, chat, I am a freaking leader, bro. You know what I'm saying? I am a natural born leader, God. I cannot follow. One thing that leaders can't do, we don't have a problem with following. I cannot follow a dude that don't know what the freak he doing. You know what I'm saying? I can't follow a dude that don't know what the freak he doing, cuz. Bro don't know what the freak he doing. I'm trying to tell this motherfucker. I'm trying to tell this man. I'm like, bro, the best way to captivate, I'm just going off what I heard in the story. The best way to captivate teenagers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever teenagers, middle school, bro, is to have fun, bro. You know what I'm saying? This man is 98% God and 2% fun. This man teaching little kids like they grown-ups. You know what I'm saying? Bro, the order to, like I said, so I'm saying when it come to this, bro, yeah, it was study, whatever, lectures and everything, but hey, bro, he was putting other fun in it, bro. It got to be freaking fun. That's why I ain't like school, because it's freaking boring, bro. How many fun teachers we had, y'all? Think about it, how many dang fun teachers we had, bro. You feel me? Man, them kids bored as freaking them. I had a dude beside me last Sunday that was falling asleep. I can't even remember a fun teacher I had, cuz. You feel me? That's how you get people to come. You got to draw them into your freaking class. Draw them into your class, and I promise you, bro, I promise you. You feel me? I promise you, if you have fun, it'll be easier for the kids to listen. They'll want to listen because you know why they have fun. You know what I mean? So it's easy. They already got the fun out of their system. Now it's easy for me to listen. But if I'm bored half of the time, I want to have fun. Get the fun out of their system. Then they'll listen. Mother, if I can't, what fun teacher I had, bro? I say Mr. Granger. I had one fun teacher. It was a white dude from freaking Carver, bro. You know what I mean? Mr. Granger, fun, bro. You know what I mean? A good class, lit class, bro. Everybody like Mr. Granger class, bro. I like this class. You know why? Because he made it fun, bro. So it's easier to listen to Mr. Granger because he made it fun.
Ward took a photo together.
Our motherfuckers be so boring, bro. You teachers be so dang boring, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to freaking, that's what I'm saying. That's what's wrong with a lot of these older folks, man. These older folks, they don't know how to freaking relate to kids, bro. You got to be fun, bro. Nobody want to just sit down just hearing you talk all the time, cuz. Just shut up sometime, bro. Let the kid have fun sometime. Shut up, bro.
And it was finally time to go home. My friends and I parted ways to catch the last subway. The city where I'm from doesn't have a metro system running all night, which, to be fair, kind of sucks. Anyways, I got off at my station, and now I was walking 10 minutes away from my house. This was in the beginning of October, so the weather was getting kind of cold. Plus, I was tired. I just wanted to get home, eat some microwave noodles, and go to bed. What I heard next was one of the loudest, most blood-curdling screams that I've ever heard in my entire life. It was a human scream, a man's to be more specific, but it sounded as if the person was getting his arm cut off, like he was in excruciating pain.
Ain't got nothing to do with me. Let's keep walking, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Hey, bro, hey, one thing I realized about this life, you can't save everybody, bro. Let's keep on walking. Oh, shoot. Oh, man, I'm finna stir off the lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm skirting off the lot. What is that? Did I just hear a man scream? I'm not finna stop or nothing. I'm skirting off the lot. I can't save everybody, bro. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I realized about this life. If you try to save everybody, you will die. You can't save everybody, bro. Some people gonna die, bro. Some people gonna You know what I mean? Bad things are gonna happen to people. You feel me? It is what it is. You can't save everybody, bro. Try to come around here and be Captain Save a Hero. You want to, you're gonna get flushed.
I stopped immediately in my tracks and tried to look around so I could see where it came from.
Captain Save a Hero.
It was so strange because that whole street was completely quiet. Most of the houses, if not all of them, had already turned their lights off. I was actually freaked out for a second because the whole situation was so unexpected. But then another scream followed. This time I managed to get a better understanding of the direction it was coming from. It was the direction of my house.
What?
I rushed to get home. I wasn't running, but I tried my best to walk as fast as I could, while constantly looking over my shoulder and carefully listening for some movements near me. As I was just turning right at the corner near my house, I saw a group of 4, maybe 5 people in the distance. They were probably 200 yards away from me.
Oh, shoot.
As soon as they saw me, all of them started running toward my direction. I was taken aback by this. I asked myself why on earth someone would do that just by seeing a random person on the street. My instincts kicked in and told me to run this time. My house was right between my position and theirs, but luckily much closer to me than the group of people who were now shouting some unintelligible things. I got to my front door, and just as I was trying to unlock it, my keys fell on the ground like in a fucking movie. I picked them up, but before turning the key, I decided to have a final glance at those men. All of them were homeless looking with dirty, ripped clothes. Seeing this, I knew I did the right thing to run. Finally, I got into my house, then closed and locked the door as fast as I could. I was breathing so heavily and all kinds of thoughts were going through my mind. For example, that they were going to break in any second now and that my parents were not at home, meaning I was all alone. I stayed and listened next to the door in complete darkness for what felt like an eternity, but it was probably a couple of minutes. Nothing happened. Everything was silent outside. This was somewhat reassuring, but very weird at the same time. Deep down, I knew the danger had not passed yet, and most likely the attackers were still out there. After a minute or so, I slowly got up and went to look through the window. There was no one. I went to the other window near the kitchen, and yet again couldn't see anyone. Just an empty street with the wind blowing the tree branches. Still, I decided it would be better to dial 112 and report all the strange things which happened that night. I explained everything to the lady on the phone, including the screams I heard earlier. To be honest, she wasn't so helpful at first. For some reason, she kept asking me multiple times if I knew the people who ran after me, and since I wasn't harmed, they pretty much can't do anything. At the end, she said she'll send a police car to patrol the area, and that they'll keep me updated if they see anything suspicious. I thanked her and got off the phone. Maybe 15 or 20 minutes later, I saw a police car moving slowly through the neighborhood and passing my house. This was when I decided it was time to get some sleep, simply because I was so exhausted. It was way past midnight at that point. The next morning, I tried my best not to think of the events from last night, but there were so many questions in my head that still remained unanswered. My best friend called and said our other friend is feeling sick, so he won't be coming today. So it was just me and him hanging out at my house all day. Before him leaving, I decided to briefly mention yesterday's story without much details so I didn't get him worried. We joked about it, but at the same time, I saw he was genuinely concerned about me. My parents called too and asked if everything was okay. I said yes, since I knew how easily my mom gets worried. I was gonna tell them, but I wanted to do it after they arrived back home. In the evening before bed, I double-checked all the doors and windows in the house to see if they were locked. I turned on a movie on the TV, and I slowly started forgetting everything that happened last night until maybe an hour into the movie. I could swear I heard a loud bang from outside. It sounded like someone threw a rock at the house. I grabbed the remote and turned the TV off so I could better hear. I wasn't sure if it really happened or the paranoia was making me hear things. Again, complete silence. I didn't know what games were being played here, but slowly the fear was turning into annoyance and anger. I peeked through the window of my bedroom, which is on the second floor facing the street, and everything seemed normal. I decided to stay awake and alert as long as possible, but I guess at some point around 4 a.m., I dozed off. Several hours later, I was woken up by the sounds of my family getting home. It was already around noon. I had slept throughout half of the day basically, which is unusual for me. At first, they joked that I looked like I had just woken up and asked to help them with their bags from the car. I thought it was time for me to tell them about everything that happened those past 3 days. And as I expected, they got very upset and worried, but at the same time, they were glad I was okay. A week later, we decided to install cameras in front and in the back of the house, and nothing similar has happened again. I never got an update from the police either. To this day, I have no idea what could have caused those people to chase after me. Who was that screaming man, and why was he in such distress? Was he an actual victim of the lunatics, or was this some sort of sick strategy by them to lure people closer, chase after the potential target, then rob them, or even worse? Lastly, was the sound I heard on the second night connected to all this, or was it just my mind playing tricks on me? I've asked myself the same questions a million times, but I guess I'll never be certain enough to know the truth.
Well, you know what I'm saying? That right there was disturbing. You know what I'm saying? That right there was, like I said, you don't need no reason, you know what I mean, for people to come chasing that. It's just weird people and dangerous people just like that all the time. You know what I'm saying? You don't need no reason. You know what I mean? Nobody these days have a reason to do bad things to you, man. I hear about bad things happening to people all the dang time. You know what I'm saying? Innocent people, you know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, man, before you die, it's a warning. You know what I'm saying? Before you die, it's a warning, bro. Like I said, you would have ran up to me, man, 30 days, 30 nights.